Alright, so what we've got is some more draconian artificer here. We have 3 runes. All we gotta do is finish vaults and then do depths and go to Zot and win. Technically we don't even have to do vaults, but we should, and we will. As I recall, this dude has Dragon Form online. So I should probably use that to tear things up. Or Staff Form, that'd be fine. Fine too, also probably better. This is going to be kind of a short stream, maybe an hour, so we'll see if we can actually finish the game. If we're reasonably quick, we should be able to. I mean, we've got all this stuff online right now that lets you sort of power through the game. Something invisible near me. I should have picked up this ring of Sea Invisible. Hey, Mr. Ostrom, how you doing, man? Let me grab this Synth ring just as a swap. Sleepy? Wake up, man. Or go to sleep. There's no room for the in-between, you know? Spooderman movie. Is there a new Spider-Man movie? Actually, I wasn't aware of that. Shows how much attention I'm paying to pop culture, you know? Was it good? Oh, do you have jet lag or something? Need to drop some stuff. I think I'm actually going to drop these poison javelins. We certainly don't need them anymore. I could probably drop some wands too, but this will be fine for now. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the superhero movie genre, to be honest. Yeah, it's good to keep in touch with your friends, man. We are tearing through the vaults, although I guess I left this character behind at Vaults 3, so we were pretty close to being done anyway. Let's turn on invocations. You know, BVC, come to think of it, is actually pretty freaking good for Uskayaw as well. since you're charging up your piety the whole time that it's activated. If there weren't enough things that BVC is good at, you know. Just keep finding things that BVC is good for. It's kind of outrageous. We have RF++. I think we can go ahead and drop this RF++ ring, to be honest, just because we already have you know, two pips of it even in stat form. Also, we could probably wear a different amulet if we wanted to. Maybe if I find reflection, that'd be good. Alright, let's do Vaults 5. So we immediately get 2 Wardens, which is a bit of a shame. Let's just swing. Check it out, we're going to go up. We're going to stair dance as long as it lets me. I mean, you see how fast I'm killing things with BVC and whatnot. Actually, you know what we'll do? We have 3 agi. Why don't we go ahead and use an agi? I'm going to save my haste and I'm going to save my might because I don't have too many of them. Yeah, it is some weird mutations. I actually forget how I got quite so many. Oh, right, I went through the... Okay, so I was kind of clumsy about the way that I did slime, and I got a bunch of bad mutations there, and I wasn't inclined to take them off because I found, because I have MR+, which I got by playing Mutation Roulette with my giant pile of potions, which I found in the Wiz Lab, the Fleshworks, so, you know, what are you going to do? Okay, we're going to BVC. We're going to put on regen. BVC again. It looks bad. I probably should have hasted. But the piety finally kicks in and paralyzes everything. So we'll BVC this stuff now. Actually, this gets more things if I put it here. How's my RF? RF++. I hate that I'm constricted. But everything should die really fast from the pain bond. Let's put a BVC here. Yeah, here. Okay, so everything's taking a bunch of damage all at the same time, and it's all sheer pained. So it all takes tons of damage from the BVCs, so like half the things on the field died. Let's punch this guy. He'll share his pain. BVC this stuff. Everything's going down. I'm taking more damage than I'd like still. BVC this stuff. I can always blink away if I really need to, is the thing. Because I have 4 blink scrolls. Alright, this is not bad. Finally, I want to kill this warden so I can go up. Not bad. Not bad at all. Man, how was that? Didn't even need to MO. Usk lets you do some pretty amazing things, doesn't he? Can I be paralyzed from the Ogre Mage? No, not anymore. Okay. Let's go up, pulling this Warden since the stairs were not locked off, we might as well enjoy this gift. Taking out one of the more obnoxious things that can show up in Vaults 5. Now we go down. Maybe it'll get locked, maybe it won't. Alright, it doesn't. We only have 3 potions curing, which makes this shifter sort of obnoxious, so we'll go up again. Again, pulling this warden. I think that was the last warden, for the time being, anyway. Yeah. Go stat form, go down. Now we're constricted. Did I not pick up Gales? Oh, no I didn't. Alright, let's just see how much damage we take. I'm gonna go ahead and use clouds here. We should get a paralysis really fast. With the help of BVC. That's a good bit of damage. How did we take that? Wow, that was just melee from the Titan. I'm going to BVC one more time. Paralysis kicks in like I thought. And you know, there is a strange thing about this, which is that we're still being constricted. So this is kind of a pain. Yeah, it is a little bit scary. To the extent that I almost want to blink. Taking a bit of a risk by sticking around here. I'm going to swing once. Okay, and again, taking out the Titan, which is the biggest source of damage. Still constricted. BVC this stuff. Okay. Now, unfortunately, it's actually too dangerous for me to take a step up. Because this jerk here is hasted. And we're in stat form, so we're doing things very slowly. I think I am instead inclined to... Shit, 73% chance? That sucks. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not mean to teleport. I meant to blink. That was a huge mistake. Hit the wrong scroll there. Let's actually blink this time. We'll do it all the way over here. We will haste like we should have done a while ago. We will start drinking some heal wounds. PVC him. We'll use acid. Yeah, that was a little bit improperly done. Not just the fact that we missed the blink, and I accidentally did teleport instead of blink, but I stuck around there longer than I should have. We actually could have died, in theory, just by being in statue form and slow. We could have eaten an enormous amount of damage, like 65 from the stone giant, if it had decided to bypass my AC, which it could have. And a few other attacks could have done pretty solid damage to us, so there was a mistake. We could have done that a little more carefully. But at least at this point, we've got a very straightforward kind of mission now, you know. PVC and irradiate, nuking his EV and his AC, kind of cute. But yeah, being in the corner is obviously ideal, and yeah, Idort, I would say that's a good tele. Probably the best tele. I could have had a Spire up that whole time too. Although the bottom line is I was just being stingy basically with my haste, which is understandable at the same time. I mean, I had to. I only had 3 haste, and now I only have 2. So if I could have gotten through Vaults 5 without blowing a haste, it would have been nice. But long story short is it was a mistake not to use it. As soon as I realized things were going to be just quite so packed, you know. Have you run into Minas yet? Not this run. Probably at some point in the rest of the streak, I don't know. If I ran into Minas, I would definitely, yeah, he can generate on Vaults 5. If I ran into him on Vaults 5, you would see me being extremely careful with him because, well, getting silenced is a horrible, horrible thing. If he generated on Vaults 5, that's like an okay reason to not even do Vaults 5, to be honest. Yeah, I imagine it was. You know what this character really wants is deflect missiles. But it hasn't spawned, although we could buy this Graven book. Perhaps that's it, you know. Okay, this Ancient Lich is immediately hasted. Oh man. He's got Haunt. But that means he's not the one with LCS, so it's not that worrying, except for the fact that he can slow me. Yeah, turn 1 haste indeed. Well, like I said, at least it's not the one I'm truly scared of. MR/2, he could banish us, 50% chance, but at the same time, this character doesn't really mind so much if he ends up in the Abyss. Okay, we punch him, and he puts me into the Abyss. Oh, wow, I do care if I'm put in the Abyss. Oh my god. It dumped me here. It dumped me into the Silence Zone. This is bullshit. Hold on a minute, let's think about this. I should probably cancel off the slow and everything. I think the first thing I'm going to do is paralyze this guy. Kill him. cancel. I got abyssed by an ancient lich, which I was okay with until it sent me to this specific spot. Let's cancel off the slow. I know that puts me out of stat form, but that's okay because I'd rather be not slowed. I can always haste and use wands and get out, probably. We have a lot of wands. We're probably okay. Maybe I should have even enslaved the guy. We're really close to the Silent Spectre. So we're going to haste. This is a rock wall. We could dig this out and then just kill this thing. I know that there's a floating eye, but that's the rune right there. Let's do this. Let's use acid. Floating eye's gonna die, yeah. Now merge with and destroy victim. JK, no I can't. Let's scatter shot. Cool. Cool. Now we'll stat form. So we cannot be flayed. I guess I'll take the rune. Then I'll just leave. Alright. That wasn't bad. Basically a free abyss rune. I don't know, man. That was a little scary, to be honest. I mean, if you think about it, we could have had a lot of bad things happen there. Particularly being dumped into silence is not so good. In fact, I would say that is absolutely the worst vault in the entirety of Abyss. It could have been a lot worse. Could it have? Really? Not so sure about that. Yeah, but I was silenced the whole time is the thing. If things had gone badly, and yeah, I mean, yeah, it could have been worse, I guess, insofar as I could have been dumped to like a different part of the vault. But in general, there's not a whole lot in the game that's worse than being under silence next to difficult enemies. Let's lamp here. Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I mean, I guess you're right insofar as, like, that was pretty close. If I was going to be dumped into silence, I guess in terms of position, that wasn't that bad, but I still maintain it wasn't the best situation. We are marked, by the way. We may end up teleporting again or canceling this off, perhaps. I'm almost inclined to charm some of this stuff. Or, like, blink away. Actually, you know what? Blink, we can be a little bit wasteful with blink. Let's just cancel off the mark. Getting marked on vaults 5 is no good. And we'll just flee to a different corner. This is okay. If the Etten notices us, why don't we just enslave the Etten? Have him run away. Go away. Paralyze this guy. Kill him with our fists. Should be able to rest. Nice. Okay. Just a bit of cleanup left now. But yeah, I'd say this Vaults 5 is a great example of a place where using stat form really can get you killed. Considering the fact that we did a lot of we were moving around a lot at that central staircase area and doing a lot of things there while, you know, under the effects of slow stat form movement. Yeah, movement penalty is huge, especially since stat form slows down not just your moves, but your actions too. And it's enormous. So it's very easy to say, well, oh, it's overpowered. But in reality, it's maybe not so much. Let's stomp a couple times to kill that Ancient Lich. Also, I'm going to train evocations up to 15 because it's nice to have that. Wow, there are 2 manuals of shields, one here and one I left in slime. Game really wants me to end up using large shields, I guess, but my experience is so spread thin already, you know. Still haven't found any better boots. But I guess we'll go ahead and enchant boots up, I guess, you know? Okay, maybe I should have gone for the shield, but we very well might end up on a large shield, so who knows. Any good amulets, perhaps? No? Guess I could switch to regen. Actually, you know, part of why things are screwing up is like I was casting regen, but I have this don't regenerate when monsters are visible thing, so kind of screwed up a little bit there. The Dynast amulet. What, is he like harm or something, or are you talking about regen? I'll roll the dice on mutation. Okay, we lost our MR+. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. Let's get rid of all this nasty stuff now. What a shame. We're gonna have to be a lot more careful now. I mean, I could roll the dice on some more. I have like 18 potions. Well, we got the best mutation ever, aka big wings, so now our tile looks way cooler. But we don't have MR+. Filled with regret. +1 to aesthetic. Yeah, I know, right? Probably gonna do crypt on this dude, come to think of it. I mean, we would really like to find some kind of magic resistance. Look at this, we can actually be paralyzed by a vampire knight. How horrible is that? At least we can kill curse skulls really fast. Put C invisible on. In here, I might as well keep it on, to be honest. Huh. I get to keep my big wings, even when I'm in staff form. But yeah, no matter where I go at this point, my MR is a big issue. And the only thing that could really possibly have MR on it is a cloak, which we don't have, or body armor, which we can't wear, or an artifact or a ring. But if I look at jewelry that's also rings, it's all identified. So we know that there's no MR plus on rings aside from this one that I'm already wearing. Yeah, the MR plus mutation is gone. I foolishly chugged some potions of mutation. I rolled the dice basically because I wanted to get the regen thing off, since it was making my regen spell useless, which was making Vaults 5 pretty dangerous. Ultimately, I just kind of memed myself. And we still have like 15 potions of mutation. I could roll the dice some more if I was so inclined. Just not so sure about that. I guess we could look at, hold on, let's pull this stuff. So I guess we could look at just the random artifacts on the table. Anything that's unidentified, weapons perhaps. Not that I really want to be using a weapon. But actually, I tell you what we're going to do. And yeah, I was right. It's only weapons that are unidentified, so that's, I mean, I don't know. For a swap, it's okay, but it's not going to let me tab through things. Can try it out real quick, I suppose. But before I do anything, let's check out this book, because that could potentially solve the problem in a really awkward way. Like, it could be necromutation, but it's not. It's just got beastly appendage. Okay, let's go on a little bit of a shopping spree. We'll pick up this enchant armor. I'll use it on the shield. We're going to pick up these 3 scrolls of summoning, putting us at 8 scrolls of summoning, which is pretty outrageous, to be honest. Let's look at artifacts. How castable is necromutation on this character? Probably pretty castable, I assume. I've got like 18, I think 18 transmutations. Hold on, the server is lagging here. Oh, there we go. It's really strange. Completely and totally locked up for a moment there. Anyway, yeah, I've got 18 transmutations. I've got 6 necromancy. I thought I had 11 necromancy. Well, we can check it out. Necromute, 85% fail, so we could get it online really fast just by training some necromancy. a +10 quarterstaff. But I mean, the problem is that it hasn't shown up and it is unlikely to show up, you know? It's kind of sad when I'm identifying random weapons to see if they've got MR plus on them. But at the same time, drag the character to extended. No, I would have to be bribed into that. Extended is just such a nasty slog, you know? Anyway, one of these may very well give me -tela, so... Of course, the first... This is so funny. I identified every single one, and then I where ID'd one, and the first thing that I tried to where ID was Star Drain. It's real cute. Telling you, this game has a sense of humor. Empiric. Trident of the Absolute Madman. That's a cute name, but... Okay, let's see. Is there anything I haven't identified? There's this scimitar that costs money. Yeah, I mean, Edward, I normally don't, but I knew I didn't have enough identify scrolls. Wow. Oh, oops. I did this on this floor, didn't I? Actually, I guess I could go ahead and do the Hall of Blades real quick just for the experience. Yeah, I didn't get any mutations from that. I could have, but I didn't. We're just doing this to work off some of that drain, since it's pretty straightforward and easy, you know. And to be honest, levels will help us a tiny amount with our MR situation. But not too much, because we're a Draconian and sadly we're not purple. Okay, drain is gone. Pretty straightforward. Okay, let's go to Slime 5 real quick and check these weapons. Well, it's Blink. I guess I should keep it around. It's a one-handed weapon with plus Blink on it, and I don't have the Blink spell. Feels kind of weird on a character that is actually good at casting, but okay. Plus 11 hunting sling. Well, I think that's it for artifacts, and not a single one had MR plus on it or -tele, so I would never say never, Adort. If I get caught in silence, there are times where a blink evocable is actually really important. But yeah, I probably won't end up using it. Gosh, this is so awkward. Okay, let's... I mean, the thing is, without that mutation, even little basic things like Great Orb of Eyes can paralyze me. It's outrageous. Oh, there we are, paralyzed. You know? He's alone, so I don't care, but... it's really bad. Which is why Draconians kind of have a really nasty wombo combo in terms of, like, they lack GDR and they lack, you know, magic resistance. So when you get paralyzed and you don't have GDR, suffice to say that's very bad. Just swap to Trog. I actually, if Usk was swappable, I would swap off of Usk right now for the purposes, like, no joke, I would probably swap to Trog just to get the MR. Well, nah, maybe not with stat form. Maybe I'd swap to Gozag and farm up gold until I had good items. But I would swap off of Usk because Usk is not doing a whole lot for me defensively. In fact, come to think of it, well, I don't think anything in here can confuse me, but I need to watch out for that too because I only have 2 curing potions. Thankfully the vampire mages can't. But yeah, Usk is not something you want to swap up of because, well, he can just paralyze you randomly, and anytime the Godwrath includes paralysis, I consider it to be not swappable on account of the fact that, well, he can just, like, oh look, I walked into some caustic strikes. Oops, I'm paralyzed. Oops, I'm dead. You know, it's not ideal. So you gotta watch out for that kind of thing, you know. Amulet of the Acrobat. Well, we've got 20 rations and way more for sale. So I'm thinking we're going to actually use Acrobat. It's not a terrible amulet, believe it or not. Not bad at all. Good for running away, good for running towards things. And we lack deflect missiles, which is something we'd really like to have. Kind of helps with approaching things with ranged attacks, you know. Thankfully, despite all my complaints, we do have like the best combo in the game. The old BVC stat form trick, or just BVC big melee. I'm gonna go stat form so I have more AC in case he paralyzes me. Maybe one day stat form will give a little bit of MR. So probably too much to ask for though. Whoops, let's put a Spire here so we can't be paralyzed. He goes up next to me. I'm gonna just go for big damage with a Radiate to finish him off so he has less time to paralyze me. If I do get paralyzed, you know, I've got like a Holy Word Scroll, so that's a good panic button if I at least survive the paralysis, or I could just blink away. The problem is I might not survive the paralysis, even with stat form AC on my side, which does give me the GDR at least. Wow, we are burning through food now that we don't have that, well, we're in crypt because there's not much food anyway, but we're also burning through, well, we don't have gourmand is the thing, so even if there was some like Death Knights or something I could eat, I can only eat up to not engorged, you know, just to like average satiation, so maybe we should make it Maybe we should pump a little more spellcasting and try to get to the point where at least Vol Clutch is hungerless. Oops, I just tabbed into this and I shouldn't have. Okay, let's go down. Rapid decon this guy from afar, he can do a lot of damage to us. Flayed Ghost can't do anything to me while I'm in stat form. Let's get intelligence, that'll help us have a little less spell hunger. So the final floor of Crypts, maybe if we're lucky, we'll find a ring with a bunch of MR on it. Ideal scenario, we find a ring with like C invisible and then MR++ on it. That would be just amazing. Really, really good. Okay, we LRD the Cursed Skull to death. Really quite easy when you have LRD. So we've got Mara here. But I've got Grand Finale online. We fail to use our ability. Grand Finale? Yep. You blow up Mara. That's one way to deal with her. Goodbye, Mara. Isn't it great? She kind of showed up at the best possible time so that I could, you know, like use my fully charged piety. Sometimes the game throws you a bone like that on Uskayaw. It can be a lot of fun. So thankfully we haven't run into too many Vampire Knights, you know. So for the most part I've been able to tab this stuff safely. Liches, on the other hand, are an entirely different story. This one has haste. He very well could be the paralyzed guy. Let's move here. I don't think I even want to be in stat form, come to think of it. Let's end the transformation so we're faster. Let's put a Spire here. Crystal Spear hits your Lightning Spire is destroyed. The bolt of negative energy hits you. We don't even have our neg out of stat form. Oops. Well, this is very bad. Let's pull back. Sticks to Snakes is an option. Perhaps not the best one, because it might not put stuff in the right spot, you know what I mean? Actually, I think I'm inclined to Scroll of Summoning before I did anything like that, but the problem is that the problem is that he could paralyze me immediately right now. Actually, no, he's got Petrify, not Paralyze. Whoops, I don't know why I thought the LCS guy was the paralyzed guy. In that case, Sticks to Snakes is not bad. Have fun, guys. That old Fire Snake party, that's a solid classic trick, really. Okay, shimmering silver ring. Come on, three rings, 3 dice rolls. Okay, that's a superior synv, so I'll take that. Fine, but that's not what we want. That's MR+. It's int -4, but completely worth it nonetheless, so we'll wear that. And just a generic RN+, no thanks. So unfortunately we have to eat the int -4, but it's totally worth it. Because, well, having MR+ is just so important when we still don't even have enough, is the thing. But at least we are immune to vampire knights, you know. Oh, right, this is a Titan skeleton. And a Caustic Strike skeleton. Just trying to keep a spire between me and that ancient champion because, believe it or not, they can do pretty solid damage. I mean, yeah, I can't malmutate the skeletons, but, also, I just tabbed an ancient champion. Oops. It does good damage, believe it or not, even without the malmutate effect. The thing is, it's like virtually guaranteed to do huge damage to them. So that's one of the reasons I like to use it. If I need a situation to be over, you know, and I don't want to have to rely on swinging, which may or may not even do any damage, you know. Okay, a bunch of popcorn in here. Hey, we're marked. Which is fine. This is basically the end. Could be paralyzed. We have so much summoning, why don't we use one? Right. The Ancient Lich can have Abjuration. I don't think he can abjure my snakes, though. Which Ancient Lich book has invisibility and abjuration? I guess that he's the Slow Lich. Or the Confused Lich. You know what? This is a great time for Immolate, really. Okay, the Vampire Knight cannot paralyze me anymore. So we'll BVC these dudes. Then we're going to Ice Blast them. Not bad. It's probably the entire floor. Okay, Book of Power, don't care about that. Book of Geomancy, don't care about that. I don't think we found anything valuable, but that ring of MR makes the whole trip worth it, really. Ring of Dexterity, Ring of Pro Magic, okay. So we have a generic Ring of Pro Magic. I think I'm inclined to wear that over the RN plus, MR plus, Int -4, because I can get RN plus by going into staff form is the thing. So this is just a little less finicky, you know. Okay. It's about 10 minutes until I'm supposed to start the West-Auth stream, so I don't think we're going to be able to finish the game. We could try, but that'd be quite a speed run. On the other hand, we only have Depths and Zot to do, so I might just finish it up, I don't know. Easy Zot tap. This is a character where I'm a little bit, I don't know. The character is like strong, but I don't know if just because of the MR situation, I don't think so. This character is strong enough to tab Zot. I don't think I would ever tab Zot if I didn't have at least 4 pips of MR. He's strong enough to tab parts of Zot, that's for sure. But it's pretty likely to get me screwed over. Oh, no character is strong enough? Oh, sorry, I misread what you said. No character is strong enough to tab Zot. I would say that only recently became true. Actually, I would agree with that statement, but mostly that's a result of clown pies. Certain characters used to be strong enough to tab Zot. Well, actually, if Zen blocks you from being transformed, I don't know if he does, but if Zen somehow blocks you from being turned by a moon pie into something else, I could picture certain Zen characters being strong enough to tab Zot, even with the clown pie situation, such as it is. We hadn't actually finished dungeon, weirdly enough. I think I had more magic resistance concerns. And turns out we found an ice cave. Because it's dungeon, it's the easy version of the ice cave, you know? Yeah, no, that's absolutely true, Tarias. I'm not a big fan of just dispersal traps in general, or traps in general. Feels like bad design to me in a lot of ways. Also, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you here before. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, in certain Zot layouts, you're forced to walk over 2 dispersal traps if you want to, you know, or teletraps even if you want to get to the inside, so I don't know. Having minus tele in Zot is certainly helpful. Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm a bad streamer, so I don't have a real schedule that I stick to, so that's not really that surprising. Got Wrath of Trog. We're not going to use it. It's kind of a bad weapon, to be honest. Let's check and see what this short sword's all about, though. Oddly enough, it has MR+, so we'll have it in the inventory as a swap, you know, just in case. Ring of teleportation. No thanks. Streaming degree? Yeah, maybe. Stream University. As long as I get to teach people about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories, my life is complete. Large Shield of the Carpenter. Is that a Jesus Christ reference, perhaps? Well, we probably won't be using it. It's +0 anyway, although Slay +2 would be okay. Grab that Potion of Heal. Probably move on. Well, there's another Potion of Heal, actually. Ordinarily, I probably would swap to this large shield, considering we have 2 manuals of shields on the board. But we're kind of going wild on training tons of different things right now anyway, so I don't want to split up my experience more than I already am. Perhaps when I'm done with depths, we'll see where we're at. Enchant up these boots more. Okay, we're coming up on 5 o'clock, so what I'm going to do is probably stop the stream. Well, not stop the stream, but pause the stream here in a minute. Well, let me check to see if hardwood's ready. Let me clear out these enemies, and then we'll see. Wow, this is kind of funny. No ammo. I wish I had some more ammo. Okay. This is sort of obnoxious. Let's just fear. Fear again. That's fine. You can freeze me. That's okay. Pull you up. And Sajobo's there. Wow. See how fragile this character seems? It's weird because you'd think he would be tough as nails, but maybe it's just the lack of deflect missiles. Maybe that spoiled me. Or maybe, you know what it probably is it's Gozag's aura that spoiled me. I'm used to things taking less actions because of, because they're got the gold distract. Maybe that's what's really spoiling me. Anyway, alright. So that'll be it for DCSS for now. Let me just stop the recording here. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.